We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection. Now, if I may retain my liquids here for one moment, I'd like to continue the redundance of my quote-unquote intestinal tract. See, because to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumcise the revelation that it reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
Oh my God, you guys. Oh man, good morning to everyone. This is B with the B Code, Alpha Female Talk. First of all, as usual, I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to those who watch my videos. Please hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, like the video, share, because sharing is caring. And I mean, I just had to get on here and say something. You know me, I be out here in these YouTube streets early in the morning trying to wake up, you know what I'm saying, surveilling the scene, trying to see what bumbleclot content is out here. And oh my goodness, I just happened to see one of these content creators giving commentary on one of Kevin Samuels' old lives, right? When he's talking to women. Now, if I tell y'all, as women, we have not truly, we haven't been listening to what Kevin Samuels has been saying, or what he would say, or what he used to say. We are so caught up in, he had us, not me, but he had women caught up in six figures, high value, fit, feminine, and friendly. Your degree doesn't matter. You know, all this unrealistic, you know, things that he would preach. So what was the end result of everything that Kevin Samuels would say that men flock to? And that women took to heart and you know, went into this delusional paradise with this man. What ultimately ended up happening? All it did was create a bunch of high value man, desperate women. Unrealistic expectations of a race of men who have no power, no footing, no carpet to stand on, and basically nothing to really offer the woman or the children he created with this woman. So what we had was a bunch of delusional women running around looking for diamonds and gold that did not exist at all, because we like to waste our time in fantasy land versus reality. What I can say what I can say is that I like to look for the benefit in things. So I'm gonna say that Kevin Samuels' content benefited men. I'm gonna say in a couple of ways. Number one, they leveled up on their hygiene, and number two, I could kind of say they leveled up on their finances, right? Um, some of them. His content inspired men to take better care of their personal hygiene and appearance, and it caused them to I want to say get some education and get some money. But with that being said, it only inspired them to do those things with the end result being looking for women of non-color. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and play this video. Of course, I'm going to start and stop and give my commentary because I feel it necessary. I just want to, I mean, you can't honestly believe that this content creator actually has really put a thought into what he's saying. Neither Kevin Samuels. I mean, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. The things that's coming out of both of these men's mouths. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold you because I can't be on here that long. I got, of course, I got some things I need to be doing. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so we can look, listen, and learn. I mean, and come to reality. That's what I want to call it. Excuse me. Okay. Now, first of all, look at the title. Kevin Samuels destroys post-wall woman who thinks she has leverage. Post-wall. What does post-wall mean? I mean, the disrespect right there, right? The delusion right there. Post-wall. I know exactly what he's talking about. But if you ask a tampon, it don't have no problems leaning up against them walls. So it's not the walls. Maybe it's what's entering the walls that's the problem. So we're just going to start there. Okay, so here we go.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Hannah. Brianna, hold on. Brianna, what you got for me? Hi, how are you? What you got for me?
I was wondering, so I've been listening to you and I understand everything that you say is really for our benefit to ultimately.
Everything that he says is not for our benefit. Everything he says is for his own benefit, the benefit of his pockets, first of all, or second of all.
Get into a relationship and maintain it. So I was wondering if you did manage to do that and you're in the danger zone and you do meet a man and you're with him and he's of high value or, good quality. If there is, you get into a monogamous relationship and then there's cheating on his part, I mean, is there a situation to where like you're making a deal at that point, or do you just go ahead and sever the relation?
Okay. Fidelity is a big.
Okay. she's saying, what happens if you get into a relationship, a monogamous relationship, and the guy cheats? Do you leave him or do you renegotiate the terms of the relationship? Obviously, at the beginning, the terms were, we are going to be together and we are not going to cheat. So now that he has cheated, should we renegotiate and stay together, and promise not to cheat, or open up the relationship to see other people, or should we just call it quits? Ma'am, you only do that if you're married to the gentleman. If you aren't married to him and you're supposed to be in a monogamous relationship and he cheats, ma'am, you are to pack your things and exit stage left. Where are we going? Where are we going in this relationship? You're not even married and he can't even be faithful. He's out screwing other women. Ma'am, where are we going? Why do you feel the need to get on the internet and make a complete fool out of yourself by asking a silly question? It's not dumb, it's silly. The reason I say it's not dumb is because she probably just really doesn't know. I mean, this is when you have women that just cannot, for some reason, think for themselves, and they think that they are going to get their answers from a man, right? They think that they are actually going to get an answer that benefits them from a man who himself has been unfaithful in his relationships. So, I mean, that's pretty much asking a dog, should I allow you to bite me, or should I stay away from you? The dog is going to say, ma'am, you should let me bite you because this is what dogs do. Oh, okay. But anyway, let's go. This is a very important piece right here that Kevin Samuels. Wait a minute. Oh my God, this is an important piece right here that Kevin Samuels said. I'm just going to back it up a tad bit because what came out of his mouth was very important. And if you are a listener, you would be like, that piece of information benefits me, and I should take heed to that, expound on that, put that in my he's no good bag, and keep it moving. But let's listen.
Relationship, and then there's cheating on his part. I mean, is there a situation to where like you're making a deal at that point, or do you just go ahead and sever the situation?
Okay. Fidelity is a big problem these days, because of the sheer amount of access. So
you hear that? Fidelity is a big problem these days because of the sheer amount of access. So what he is basically saying is that there's a woman around every corner with her legs open and a man willing to lie to get between them. Now, this brings me to this question. And if anybody can answer it, or if you have an answer you want to give, please put it in the comment section. Why does a man get into a so-called monogamous relationship and then cheat? Why doesn't he stay single? so he can do whatever it is he wants to do. So my answer to that question would be, number one, he needs a place to stay. Number two, maybe he needs somebody to help him with them bills because he likes to focus more on vagina than he does getting the bag and being able to maintain himself 100%. Number three, some of these men don't like to be alone. They're afraid to be alone. They're like little children afraid of the dark. Got to keep the lights on. So you're like a light for him because he's afraid to be alone. So he wants to keep the light on. Hence, he wants to keep a woman close to him so that he doesn't get scared, right? And then number four, of course, you know, we all like to say he just wants in-house vagina while he goes outside the house and get vagina. But when there's no vagina outside the house, hence all the women that he is talking to have recognized and his bullshit has come to light. So they're no longer dealing with him. So now he has to go and find a whole new group of women to be unfaithful with. But in the meantime, in between time, he has this woman at home to where, you know, I got some vagina, whether these women out here don't want to give me none or not. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
Just for, how old are you?
40.
All right. So if he cheated on you, how'd you find out about it? It has to come down.
Okay, here's the I don't know how I want to call it gaslighting. I don't know if I want to call it just pure idiocy or stupidity, or you men really have some mental issues that, and you know what, and I don't even want to call them mental issues. I'm not going to call them mental issues. I'm just going to say the way you think is just really, really screwed up. And who taught you to think like that? And are you saying these things, or are you saying these things because this is what you know men want to hear, and this is what's going to get your content viewed if you spew dumb statements, dumb answers, dumb reasons? I'm not sure. But one thing I do know is that when you speak in such a manner and you make statements and you think this type of way, it influences other people to think this way. And then what you end up with is, I don't know, a cup of piss, because nothing is ever going to, it's going to be the things that the way that you think, it's going to end up in a useless lifestyle. I mean, to those who are rational and logical, and to those who, you know, strive to be good and treat themselves good and strive to treat others good, this way of thinking leads to the opposite of all three of those. But anyway, let's continue.
The circumstance, because if it was, because one, men, for us, sex is sex. For you guys, sex means more than just sex. I don't think you should just accept rampant infidelity if that wasn't the, you know, if you guys.
So he doesn't think that she should accept rampant infidelity. So what are you? So in other words, he's saying a side chick that he is screwing you on a continuous basis, that's not rampant. Sleeping with someone one time is not rampant. what's rampant is being unfaithful with several women. But when I think of infidelity, I think of a marriage. I'm big on, if you're not married, he's single, you're single. He can do what he wants to do. He does not belong to you. It doesn't matter if you're supposed to be in a committed relationship or not. If you are not, first of all, engaged, once you get engaged, to me, that is when the outside relationships or situationships stop, right? Because this man is saying, okay, I'm ready to get married and I'm ready to stop playing the field. I'm ready to build a home in a conducive environment for you and some children, or you and some children you already have, and children that I already have. And I want to close myself off to the sex industry, and I want to just live a quiet, monogamous, married lifestyle, right? That's the sensible thing that a man will say when, or wants to do when he's ready to settle down. These men that you're not engaged to and that are not wanting to marry you, these men are single, baby girl. They have no loyalty to you. Their loyalty is to the streets. So that's why it used to be back in the day, courtships and different things of that nature, they were chaperoned. So there's no screwing before marriage. And you had to marry this woman before you were able to, get inside the bedroom. You had to be married. And so there's no, you're not going to screw my daughter and then dump her for the next woman. So if you're serious about my daughter, you're going to marry her, then you can get the goodies. We don't do it that way anymore. We think that giving up the goodies or being in a monogamous relationship, we think that actually means something to a man. It doesn't mean anything to a man. As a matter of fact, marriage these days means nothing to a man. It means absolutely nothing to most men. There's a small group of men who say, you know what, I just wasn't raised like that. It has everything to do with the way that you were raised, right? These men like to say, oh, if she didn't have her father in her life, she's basically no good, or you shouldn't deal with her if she didn't grow up with a mother and a father. Well, a mother and a father, the only time it really determines the type of functioning individual that they rear for society. So a lot of times it doesn't turn out that well. So, I mean, if you think of the bad boy, a lot of times these bad boys come from a mother and a father at home, but they chose the streets instead of a nice, quiet lifestyle because that's what's in them. Sometimes a mother and father in a home is 100% effective, but the more children you have, the less time you have to spend physically, emotionally, and mentally developing those children. So if you really look at it, the oldest is usually the bad boy, and the youngest is usually the one that finds a wife and has some children and goes to work and comes home and he has this beautiful family. Well, because the last child is the one that gets the most nurturing, because mom and dad have already said, hey, we've had 4 kids and we've seen these behaviors over and over and over with all 3 of these kids. All 3 of these kids did the same thing. So apparently, this is what children do. So with this last one that we have, we now we know how to parent. Now we know that the behaviors aren't to be criticized. They're and the children, the child isn't to be beat for the behaviors. The child is to be nurtured and shown the correct way, and paid attention to. We know they want attention, but after you done ruined 3 of them, now you got one good one out the bunch, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So you're going to have 3 screwed up children, whether it be girls or boys, and then you're going to have the last one that is of sound mind and body, because the parents have learned their lesson with the previous 3. Or you could have the last 3 that's of sound mind and body, and the first one is just we didn't know what we was doing. Or you had the first and the second too close together, so you didn't know what you were doing. Now, there's a lot of times where you have the first, second, third, and fourth all back to back to back to back, and you don't know what you never gain your footing. You never know what the heck is going on. Why are all these kids just misbehaving? They're all at different levels in their lives. You got the 1-year-old, you got the, let's say, the 4-year-old, the 3-year-old, the 2-year-old, and the 1-year-old. While you're trying to figure out why the 4-year-old is misbehaving, you got the 3-year-old who's doing what the 4-year-old used to do at 3. Then you got the 2-year-old, the 3-year-old, and the 2-year-old. The 2-year-old or the 3-year-old is doing God knows what. And then hey, you can't gain your footing when you have them back to back to back. Yes, it's good for them to grow up together, but when you have them back to back to back to back, you don't clearly get to see that every child pretty much does the same thing. The boys do the same things and the girls do the same things. All of the boys didn't want to wash their butts when they at a certain age. All of them. And you know I'm right. The little girls, they all did some of the same things at the same age. You have to be able to pick up on them and then guide them and raise them in the right direction in order for them to be of sound mind and body. But anyway, I went into a little rant. Let's continue. But like I said, if you guys aren't married, he's single. He can do what he wants to do. But I mean, at this point in time, in this day and age, a monogamous relationship is pretty much like a marriage. You have promised to only be with me. We're together. We're one. So why are you cheating? Let's go.
We're not in an open relationship. But I think you have to have the conversation. Did this happen?
Yes, it happened. And
How did you find out about it?
Well, I was sitting next to him, and he's always playing games on his phone, and it was actually seen that he was actually doing it to like mass text messaging.
He was playing on the games to mass text messaging. Now let me add this little piece, because this is very important to my content. If you're living with that man, paying half the bills or whatever, he paying, I don't know, you going 70-30, I don't know, 60-40, whatever. You live together. You're together. You're supposed to be monogamous. You're not supposed to have outside people in your home and in your relationship. So, sorry, baby boy, this is our stuff. That's our phone. That's our dishes. This is our couch. This is our home. These are our spoons, knives, and forks. This is our comforter. This is our sheets. Because when he want to go through your phone, he will, because he feels he has that right. And these men will swear up and down all day long, I don't go through no woman's phone. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's how you try to make sure that you're the only one screwing her, because you don't want to get screwed. But you don't mind screwing somebody else and screwing the one you're supposed to be in a monogamous relationship with. Make it make sense.
People were coming in to kind of just intervene those. So he'll just,
Okay, so
Yeah.
when you say he cheated, what did he do?
so the woman told me that basically she had been, having sex with him on and off for the entire year. And we were together for 2 years. So she,
How'd you
here
talk to
on-
her?
yeah, this was the woman that was texting. And
But I'm saying, how did you talk to her?
I used once I seen the phone that was somebody texting, then I called the number, responded back.
So you picked up his phone.
It's not his phone. It's our phone. We live together. It's our phone. Those cell phones are considered to be the home phone. You got 2 home phones. Anybody should be able to answer anybody's phone. It's like a house phone. The phone rings, pick it up, answer it. Somebody, the text messages ping, look at the text messages. Who is it? We're supposed to be in this together. So there's no secrets here. There's no keeping phones and bank accounts and different things of that nature to ourselves. No, this is our stuff. I should be free to look at your phone. You should be free to look at my phone. What's the problem if we aren't doing anything? What's the problem if I know your friends and you know my friends? If one of your friends is calling and you're in the shower, I should be able to answer the phone and say, hello. Oh, yes, he's indisposed of right now. Is there something you'd like for me to tell him, or would you like for him to call back? Same thing you would do with a house phone. Her phone rings, you see, I don't know, it's where you don't know the number, you pick it up and you say, yes, this is the Johnson's home. How may I help you? Oh yeah, this is Pizza Hut. We want to let you know your delivery is on the way. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. What's the problem here? His phone. Why can't you answer his phone? Our phone. We are in a monogamous relationship. There should be nothing on that phone that I can't see. There should be nothing on my phone that you can't see. Now, if you don't live together, that's a whole different story. If you don't live together, you're not in a monogamous relationship. He's out there and you out there. He over there and you over there. Circumstances are different.
That you suspected him of cheating on you with.
Now, I was sitting right next to him, and the text message came in.
But again, so I'm just following a trail of. So
Oh.
the text message came in. The phone was in whose possession?
It was in his hand at the time, and I said,
"You took it from him."
Yeah, I said, "Who was the?"
Hold on.
Said, well, that was a.
Oh, listen.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Calm down. Don't get triggered.
Mm-hmm.
No, they use that calm down, don't get triggered, so you can't say what you need to say. So she saw the text message. She said, who is that? He tried to lie and gaslight her when she clearly saw it was a woman texting him. He tried to gaslight her into thinking that it was somebody that it wasn't. And she took the phone like, hold up, wait a minute. I know I saw what I saw. Let me see it. They always say, oh, don't get triggered. No, you just want to stop me from saying what I need to say. It adds context to what's going on. So, so you heard a text message, so you just took his. No, I heard a text message and I saw the text message. That is why I took the phone. I want to know that if this man is screwing somebody else, he has been screwing this woman for a year. Obviously, he's not wearing condoms. So how do I know this man isn't bringing me AIDS? But ladies, the trap is that I don't understand why you think you're gonna get with a man this day in this day and age and think he's not gonna screw around. That's my train of thought at this point in time. Why are we even doing this to ourselves? Why do we think that these men of today have the moral compass to be monogamous, to be faithful, to be truth tellers, to be real providers, to be real protectors? Because see, you're not protecting anything if you're screwing around. You're not protecting anything. And it doesn't just speak to wearing a condom. Oh, I am protecting her. I'm wearing a condom with. Okay, well, what if this other woman finds out where you live and this girl wants to come to your home and beat up your girlfriend? Oh, well, I am protecting her. She don't know where I stay. Okay, well, what if she finds out who your girlfriend is and she sees her out in public and she wants to come at her like that? How is that protecting her? Oh, well, I got my side chicken line. She know not to come at my woman because she know what it is. No, you're failing at being a protector. Ladies, when you find out these men are screwing other women and they're supposed to be in a monogamous relationship, he is not a protector. Okay, he's the culprit.
And I'm not him. So how you took the phone from him?
What are you talking about? I'm not him. Yes, you are. You are him. You are him because you've done these things in the past. You are him. You're him. 100%. You're him. Ladies, look to your left. Is that a man right there? It's him. Look to your right. Is there a man right there? It's him. Look in front of you. Is there a man right there? It's him. Look behind you. Is there a man right there? It's him. They are all the same. I promise you.
And then you called the number?
Mm-hmm.
Man, why didn't you have a conversation before you did all that?
Have a conversation with what? The wall? You can't have a conversation with a liar unless you have receipts. That's the same thing when you go to court. You're in court because the prosecutor got receipts, baby boy. And if not, they have to have some kind of receipts in order to bring this matter in front of the court, in front of the people, and have a conversation about it. That's what we're doing. We're having a conversation. But you can't have a conversation with a liar unless you have receipts. How dumb is that? So a man that's cheating and playing on a game to hide the fact that he's actually text messaging a woman while he's sitting next to you. Oh, how disgusting. He's texting a woman sitting right there, and his woman is sitting right next to him. And he's trying to disguise that by playing the game. And you want to sit here and you want to say, why didn't you have a conversation? Have a conversation with who? A liar? A gaslighter? The person that was telling me from the jump that I didn't see what I saw? I'm supposed to have a conversation with him? No, what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to pack my shit and I'm supposed to exit stage left. That's what you're supposed to do, ma'am.
Well, it happened fast. He was
No, it was wrong.
No, it happened fast. She saw that text message, that adrenaline started pumping, and she snatched that phone like, hold up. I'm not about to sit here and be stupid. I'm not about to sit here and be submissive and not question him and not look at his phone. No, I'm getting ready to look at this phone. That's why God gave me some eyes that I can see with and a brain that I can think with. And I think something is wrong here, and I'm going to find out what it is. And I'm not going to, first of all, have a conversation with a liar and think I'm going to get the truth. Mm.
See, this is where you ladies need to go ahead and admit ownership. That's wrong.
It's not wrong. It's not. How is it? How is it wrong? How is it wrong when these men don't know how to communicate in the first place? Communication is, I don't want to be in a relationship because I want to see other women. So no, ma'am, we can't have a monogamous relationship because I'm going to see other women. And I don't want to burden you. I don't want to hold you from finding the person that does want to be in a monogamous relationship with you. A conversation is, we're in a monogamous relationship. I've met someone. I want to pursue things with her. So I want to end things with you. That's a conversation. These men don't know how to exit one relationship before entering another one. Having a conversation is, hey, I know we're not in a monogamous relationship, but I have been seeing you on a regular basis, but I've met someone else, so I'm going to be giving some of my time getting to know her and hitting them skins, and I just want to let you know so that when I pull back or when I'm distant or when I'm not coming around you, that's the reason why. It's nothing with you, but we're not in a monogamous relationship. So yeah, I just want to let you know. That's a conversation. You can't have a conversation with a liar with no receipts, sir.
You're 40 and you acted like a straight 15-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's 40 and she's acting like a competent adult. A 15-year-old would think or would allow herself to be gaslit. That's why you like them young, because you can tell a 15-year-old anything until that 15-year-old wakes up and starts investigating and starts asking questions and starts asking auntie, mama, and grandma questions, daddy questions. But you can gaslight a 15-year-old and you can mentally overpower a 15-year-old. That's why they like them young, because they like to mentally overpower you. And then they like to sexually overpower you. They gaslight you and tell the little 15-year-old, the little 20-year-old, no, you didn't see what you saw, and then sex her down so she can clearly, now it's clear, I'm not screwing around on you because I'm screwing you right now. Get that thought out your head. It's just you. And then she'll go on about her day. But a 40-year-old competent woman will say, hold up, wait a minute. First of all, I'm grown. Second of all, I'm using the brain that God gave me and the pair of eyes that God gave me. So what's the dilly? What the helly? What the hell? No, she's right, because she can see in this man's phone that he has put her at risk for God knows what. And now she wants to take measures to protect herself. And one of the ways you protect yourself is you find out the truth, sir. So she's right.
I'm not going to give him a pass for doing it, but I'm saying, what was the first thing I said? You need to have the conversation first. But instead, what happened? You end up getting triggered, snatch the phone out of his hand, start screaming, hollering, and yelling, call this woman, blowing.
So what you do, you snatch the phone out his hand, you find out the truth, you start screaming and yelling because this man has lied to you. You found out that you have been lied to. And then after everything, all the investigation, you find out that this man has been coming to you under the guise of monogamy, and he has been kissing you with that vagina mouth from another woman. He has been poking your post walls, after he been poking some other woman's post walls. Wow. Can't make it up.
On up the spot, talking to her.
What he say? Blowing up the spot, talking to her. Oh. Do you guys realize what he just said? He just said she basically blew up this man's side chick, blew up the spot over there. Because obviously he doesn't have his side chick in line. Don't text me between the hours of, I don't know, the hours of when I'm not with you. Don't text me until I text you. Because if I'm texting you, that means it's safe to text me. These men don't even know how to have a side chick. They don't even know how to run a side chick. This is how poor they are, business-wise, relationship-wise, competent-wise, thinking-wise, and behavior-wise. See how incompetent this man is? He shouldn't have a side chick. He shouldn't have a main chick. What he should have is a silicone vagina, because that's all they want is vagina. So why not just, sir, go get you a silicone vagina and be happy? Go get 10 silicone vaginas and be happy. All different shapes, sizes, and all, why not just do that? And then you don't have to worry about the silicone vagina snatching your phone. You don't have to worry about your silicone vaginas catching you cheating on them with other silicone vaginas. Why not do that? It makes life so much easier. Why do you have to bring a live person into your mental mess of a mind that you have? It's a mental mess of a mind. Why?
You lose any more high ground than that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad Kevin said this. But
now listen to this fool.
The specific angle of her going out of her way to do these things to this man, and of course I understand it's wrong, right? But the fact that she went out of...
So if it's wrong, why are we having this conversation? Why do we even need to have this conversation? She calls the show, my man, we supposed to be in a monogamous relationship. I caught him cheating. The response should be, oh yeah? Okay, man, well, you need to leave that relationship immediately because you are in so many types of danger. It's not even funny. And you have been in so many types of danger for the past year. You should go ahead and hang it up. You should go ahead and pack it up, lock it down, move on, get on a plane, go somewhere else, block him, get a new number. You need to do all of that. Why are we even having this conversation if he's wrong? But no, we don't want to focus on the disgusting individual that he is. We just want to focus on what the woman has done. Oh, you took his phone. When. You called his side chick. When. Okay, well, what's the seed? The seed is he has a side chick. Had he not planted that side chick seed, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So, I mean, this is where of course I understand it, but I'm just being sarcastic. I kind of don't understand, why these men can't give these women sound advice, shit that you know you're supposed to be telling this woman when it comes to a man. Would you say that if this was your daughter? If your daughter came to you and said, Dad, me and Michael are supposed to be in a monogamous relationship, and I caught him cheating. I done called the woman. He been seeing the woman for the last year. You know what her dad would say? Her dad would say, oh, no, that's unacceptable. You need to leave him right now. If her dad got any sense, you need to leave him. You need to leave him to his side chick, because we don't fight for men over here, right? We don't get chose by men over here. The women do the choosing. So obviously you've chosen a bum. So you need to go ahead and cut that shit short right now and take some time and then find you a man that really wants to be monogamous. And as a matter of fact, why don't you keep your legs closed until this man marries you? How about that? He's not going to say, oh, you were wrong and you took his phone and you this, that, and the third. He might say that, but after he has explained to her that the man you are with is a bum and you need to hang it up. He's going to tell her, I would advise him to tell her, yes, if you suspected him of cheating and you saw that text message, you saw the text message. You needed not take it any further. You should have got up, removed yourself from the table, packed your shit and left. But since that didn't happen, lesson learned. But I'm not going to sit here and just focus on what you did when what you did was a reaction to what he did. And you can't do something to somebody and then control how they're going to react, first of all. So you can't step on my foot and expect for me not to hit you upside your head, I don't know, with a brick. You can't control the way I'm going to respond to what you're doing to me or what you've done to me. So why are we even having this conversation? They're both wrong. They should both admit they were wrong and go their separate ways. But obviously, this woman is having some type of mental scrambling going on in her head as far as what she should do. Man, pack your shit and leave. In the fake monogamous relationship that never existed in the first place, and move on. You heard what Kevin Samuel said in the beginning. There's a lot of infidelity going on because of the amount of access.
Her way to do something like that shows that she really doesn't have a respect for him or his property.
Yeah, you hear that? The way she would do something like that shows that she doesn't have respect for him and his property. Boy, bye. He's the one who doesn't have, and he has no respect for her, not one iota of a bit. None. So why should she respect him again? Why should she respect him again? He's sticking his pole in some post walls. The most disrespectful thing a man can do. He's sticking his tongue in some post walls, licking all over a clit the woman probably don't even know how to clean. And then coming back to her and pretending like everything is fine. How disgusting is that? How oh my God. The level of disrespect. that this man has for her. Ugh. And you want to say you he deserves no respect. He deserves no respect. What you mean? You supposed to respect the man that has been screwing some other woman, coming home and pretending like nothing is going on, and then screwing you? You supposed to respect something like that. So what if the tables was turned and she was the one cheating, and he saw the text messages in her phone and he grabbed her phone? Oh my God, he was so disrespectful to her. That was just so disrespectful. Even though she has her mouth wrapped around somebody else's pole and has somebody's pole in her vagina, and then she brings her vagina back home and her mouth and her vagina back home, and then she kisses him, and then he sticks his pole in her post wall. What? How disgusting is that? It's disgusting. And then she pretends like nothing is going on. Oh my God. But if it was her, it would still be, oh, she has no respect for him at all. How dare she go out there and open her legs for another man? He was right to take her phone. He has a right to know if another man is screwing his woman. It don't add up. He was
General. And she is the type of person to be very insecure and always on edge.
And she's the type of person to be insecure and always on edge. What? You can't make it up. What? He's giving her reasons to be insecure and always on edge. Nobody's stupid. They just don't act appropriately on their thoughts and the vibes and the energy that they get. The problem is that if we feel like our man is cheating 9 times out of 10, 99.99999%, he is. Because that's the vibe you're getting from him. That's your gut feeling. That's your intuition. Men have it too. That's your intuition. So what are you talking about? She's insecure and always on edge. Yes, for the past year, this man has been gaslighting her. This man has come home or come around her and pretended like nothing was going on a whole entire year. Wow. And she's insecure and on edge.
Every single notification that he gets. I think that's the most important part here. Yes, the cheating is wrong, and obviously no one's going to advocate for it, but still, at the end of the day, her actions show the lack of respect she has.
No, at the end of the day, he cheated, and he's been lying for an entire year. That's what we need to be looking at the end of the day. Not her reactions, not her response, not her behavior. It's his behavior. It's his lack of respect for her. It's his lack of protecting her. Let her go. And go be with your woman that you're with for an entire... What is the problem here? See, what you men need to start doing is you need to get some balls. And you need to be able to say, hey, listen, even if it hurts. I know we've been in a relationship for a year now, but I've met someone else, and I want to go ahead and end things because I want to pursue this young lady over here that I met. It has nothing to do with you. It's just that she's just a different type of woman. I'm interested and I want to see her. So I want to end this first so that I don't hurt you. I know I'm hurting you right now by breaking up with you, but I'm just really, I don't know. I'm not feeling you anymore. I want to go and see somebody else. You might not have to say I'm not feeling you anymore, but you just have to say, I'm going to go ahead. I'm not the one for you. I found somebody else. I know I'm going to pursue things with her. So I want to go ahead and end this with you and allow you to move on while I move on. Do that. Start doing that. Even if it hurts, she'll get over it. But you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna appreciate the fact that you didn't cheat on her and that you ended it with her before you went to go and see somebody else. That's how you get respect. That's how you build integrity. That's how you become a trustworthy individual. You don't dibble and dabble in deceit. But who am I? You know what I'm saying? Who am I? I mean, I'm just a person that is of sound mind and body. And that's exactly what I would do. Goodbye, basically, at the end of the day. Go ahead and you do you. And I'm gonna do me. Even if I don't intend on going I don't, even if I don't or haven't found somebody else to date, if I feel like, things is not going down a good direction for me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let you, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you do you. This is not working out. So before we even go any further, I already know I'm not feeling you. So I'm not going to have proximity. I'm not going to have proximity dictate who I'm going to be with. Just because you're here, just because you're available, just because you're around, I'm not going to stay with you if I feel like things aren't going any further. So I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell you. And it might hurt, but it's better than cheating on you. That's what you call integrity. And this is what Black men lack the most: integrity. Doing what you're supposed to do, even when no one is looking, listening. Right? But okay.
As for him, his property, and the fact that she believes she can do anything at any time and there's no consequences for it, which is partly maybe the reason why he's even in this place to begin with. See, that's the part that women don't think about. Maybe it's reasons like this are the reasons why he's stepping out and doing him.
No, there's no reason for being unfaithful, because you know why? You don't have to. You don't have to be unfaithful. All you have to do is say, hey, listen, I noticed a few things about you that I don't agree with, that I feel are going to escalate. They're not going to be good for a relationship. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and end things right here. And I'm going to move on. You see, these men like to, oh, well, if you hadn't been doing X, Y, and Z, then I wouldn't have had to cheat. No, motherfucker, you ain't have to cheat. What you should have done is you should have said it's over and goodbye. And you don't even have to give a reason why it's over. You don't even have to say, I want to see another young lady. I'm interested in another chick. You don't have to say any of that. All you have to do is say, hey, listen, things is not working out and I'm just going to end them right here. There's no excuse for cheating in the relationship. Bye. The fuck? Bye. It's not working out. I'm going to go ahead and move on. I feel like this is what's best for me. And it's probably best for you that, I move on. How hard is that? I'll be by later to pick up my things. That's why I say, don't sign a lease with these men. Don't sign shit with these men if it's not your husband. Don't move in with these men if it's not your husband. If it's not a roommate situation and we're not together, we're roommates. So you're going to pay half of your rent, I'm going to pay half my rent. You're going to screw who you want to screw, I'm going to screw who I want to screw. And we just want to make sure these bills get paid and this house is maintained. We roommates. But as far as moving in with a man and you're not married, don't do it, because it's gonna end up. When has it not ended up like this? When? So why even put yourself through this turmoil with these men? Why? You already know he's gonna cheat. Just like Kevin Samuel says, it's access. There's so many open legs out there. Why do you think a man is going to be faithful with you? Because you think you special? Because you think you got the most bomb vagina? No. He's not going to be faithful to you. They go out and screw prostitutes. They go out and pay for pussy that 2 million men have been in. What you mean? It has everything to do with, it's just another vagina. It's according to how the man is feeling. It's according to his pockets and what he feels like he wants to do and what he can do. These men will screw your sister. These men will screw your daughter. These men will screw your cousin. These men will screw your mama. What you mean? Why even put yourself through this type of turmoil by trying to have a relationship with a man that you know cannot and will not be faithful? I just don't understand. I don't understand. And some of these men have never been faithful. When they met you, they were screwing somebody. When they met you, they had a roster. You just got added to it. He just spent more time with you when he met you, prepping and priming and training you to be on his roster, to be in rotation. Maybe I ought to do a video on that. You're in rotation, ma'am. He's gonna spend probably a good 2-3 months prepping, priming, and training you to be in rotation. Mm-hmm. He's learning you. He's learning what he can get away with you. You know, all the, I'm gonna do a video on that. But anyway, I gotta go. But yeah. I might revisit this later, but I might not. I might just end it here, because the things that, you know, these men are saying, it's hogwash. It's hogwash. In one relationship before starting another relationship, no matter how much it hurts the other person, it's for the best. It's for the best. I'm sorry. I'm like I said, you didn't have to tell her, ma'am, it's not working out. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, move on from here. And I wish you the best of luck. Why are you breaking up with me? Well, you know, it has nothing to do with you. I want to go and I want to pursue, different types of growth in my life. I want to grow in a different direction. I don't know. I don't know. It's not working out. I don't have a reason. It's just not working out. You'll find somebody else. You found me. Wasn't you looking when you found me? You men need to start doing that. Seriously. Because then when she gets in a relationship with another man, what's she going to do? She's going to be on edge. She's going to be insecure. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. And I am, hi, Black Anonymous. I didn't even see you there. I was just focused on the doggone video. People do appreciate honesty. What on earth did you wander into? I don't know. An early morning thing. I was out here in these YouTube streets, And you know, I came upon this, and it was just like, the helly, what the hell, what the helly. I couldn't stand Kevin Samuels. He told people that a woman shouldn't always believe her daughter if her daughter said her boyfriend was messing with her. I saw that. I saw that a lot of people disagreed with that. And you know, it's he wants the woman blind. He wants to blind the women, because in my opinion, in my strong opinion, if you have a daughter that is I don't know, any age, there's a strong potential that that's the reason why that man is with you in the first place. So he can start prepping and priming and training your daughter to be on his roster. Yeah. That's how those were the vibes I got when my daughters were underage. And I would be in the store, and I would be shopping in the clothing store, in the grocery store. You know, men don't see you first. They see the youngins behind you. Then they look at you. Right? And then they get a vibe from you. They get a weak vibe, or they get a strong vibe. And if you put your thumb up and then you point your finger, this is the vibe they got from me. If you put your thumb up and then stick your pointer finger out, this is the vibe they got from me. That's why they never approached me. I wish a nigga would. Okay? I wish a nigga would. So, yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's your daughter. It's your daughter. It's your daughter that they want, ma'am. They don't want you. They don't want your post walls. Okay? They want pre-walls. They don't want post walls. They want pre-walls. I think people appreciate, yeah, people appreciate honesty. And whether they appreciate it or not, it's what's best for them. This is what's best for you, ma'am. It's best that I be honest with you. So take it, and I don't know, sit it somewhere if you don't want to keep it, but I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm just going to say, you know, hey, this is what it is. Yeah, no principles, no integrity, no moral compass. None whatsoever. And then blame the woman when she finds out and she reacts. Really? Okay. That shows you that these men are not to be taken seriously. They're not to be taken seriously. Why are you taking me? And then when you do think you found one to take seriously, you're gonna always find out that you were wrong. And me, I'm okay with that, because my cutoff game is cold. You had all my trust in the beginning. You had all my fidelity in the beginning. I put everything on a plate for you. Enjoy. But once you have eaten everything off that plate and the plate is empty, bye. And then you would say, well, what was I supposed to do with the full plate that you gave me? I don't know. You were supposed to hypoxy it. You were supposed to hypoxy it and put it on the shelf and not eat shit off of it, because there was my honesty, there was my fidelity, there was my trust, there is my integrity, there is my moral compass, there are my principles all on this plate. Now, what you gonna do? You gonna eat it, or are you gonna hypoxy it and put it on the shelf to never destroy it? Everything I gave you, you ate it and you shitted it out. Bye. The plate is empty. Sorry, there's no more. There's no more. They want to have their cake and eat it too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that is said so much. They want to have their cake and they want to eat it too. Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. We're just gonna no nobody is perfect. Nobody's gonna be perfect. Everybody's gonna have their different flaws and different things of that nature. But cheating is something that's important because there's a lot of HIV. HIV has stirred up again. You hear about the HIV in Atlanta going on. HIV has stirred up again. So you can't take that chance of sleeping with someone and they're sleeping with somebody else and they bringing that to you. You just can't do it. You can't do it. So I mean, I'm sorry. It's time to lock this shit down. It's time to keep your penis in your pants. It's AIDS and all kinds of BV and chlamydia and gonorrhea rampant around here. It's time to hey, you fine and all, but if you man, I don't know. If you try to give it to me without a relationship, then who else is you giving it to without a relationship? That's to be questioned, but rationality in men is non-existent. They'll screw a broad with a venereal disease. They'll just put a condom on. They smell that shit. They smell the rank odor coming from her vagina, but you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna put a condom on it and get it just to see how it feels, just to conquer it, and then move on. They nasty like that. I didn't have much for dudes when I was younger, so they went around and told people I was stuck up. Yeah, be stuck up. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. This ain't no goddamn free bus ride. You're supposed to be stuck up. It keeps bums away. It keeps bums away. Only a real man knows being stuck up is a protective mechanism to keep bums away. To keep people away who just want to use you. And only reason why a man is approaching you anyway is because he wants to have sex. What else does he want? What else could a man want that's approaching you? Just by seeing you. He knows nothing about you. I can see if you guys all hung out in a group. He knows your family background. He knows what you do for a living. He knows how you were raised. He basically, when you hang out in a group, they know when you're not screwing somebody. They pretty much know how many people you've screwed. They know all that information. And then they say, hey, we've been hanging out for a while. I'm kind of digging you. I like your style. I like the way you carry yourself. How about we, you know what I'm saying? How about you and I get together? But a man that's walking up to you blindly, don't even know your name. He just want to have sex. That's all he want to do is have sex. Don't fall for it, ladies. You're not sorry. If someone mishandles what you have brought to the table, that is their issue, not yours. That's right. Bye. See you later. But anyway, I got to go. Y'all have yourself a good day. Thank you, Black Anonymous, for your participation. I miss you. I'll be thinking about back in the day when this channel used to be popping. But anyway, I just don't have that kind of time nowadays. So you guys have to see me here or see me there. I don't know. But anyway, y'all have yourself a good day. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good day. Bye.